was this guy who had been giving her a lot of trouble. The stalker, you know. I even told the police about it, but they didn't do anything. I can't let him just get away with it.
Revenge, huh? I know something about that. It's what I'm after, too.
It is?
I'm sure this isn't the kind of thing that you'd expect to hear from a detective. But when I get out of here, somebody is going to die.
It wasn't just one of them. They're both killers.
Your wife was murdered? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. My attention was always somewhere else, I guess. Sort of comes with the territory of being a detective. That doesn't excuse it. I should have protected her.
I will protect you. I promise, whatever it takes. So you're looking for revenge too?
Yeah. What are you planning to do to the bastard when you find him?
Well, honestly, I wouldn't mind torturing him. But I think I can settle for killing him instead.
I admire your honesty. And I agree. His death would make the world a better place. Some people need to be put down.
That's what they're like. The memories of the dead.
Confusing? A bunch of scenes jumbled together. They can be hard to make sense of. Thus, they are insufficient. You can't get a full picture of someone just from memories.
So you're a detective who endorses murder?
It's taking out society's trash. Most of the cases we handle in the investigative division are so vile they'd shock the crap out of you. You ask me, these perps can barely be considered human. I'm not saying this as a detective. I'm saying it as one human to another. Killing this guy, it's just the right thing to do.
Come on, Deckham. You should stop it.
This is how it's done. They must expose their souls, the darkness within, and then I pass judgment upon them. That's my job. That's what it is to be an arbiter.
What's wrong, kid? What the hell are you doing with that thing?
I don't understand. I already killed the man. I stabbed him. I did it with this. I killed him.
I want them to die for what they did to me.
Them? There was more than one?
There was a man. He just watched. I think they were friends.
One guy is dead, but it's not over. There was another bastard there.
The darkness of the soul.
Do you happen to know what the most primitive emotion human beings experience is? Fear, my dear.
This is crazy.
Are you okay?
No, please, don't kill me! Yumi, I killed him. It's over.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Tatsumi, can you hear me? Please get up. There's something really wrong with him. What should
If
we...
you would please continue playing the game.
Seriously? But
The
he's
score is
hurt.
currently tied. Each of you has 4 points. If you look at the next puck, you'll notice that it's yours. If you score a goal, the points will be doubled. You will reach the stipulated score, and thus you will be declared the winner.
Of an air hockey game? Who cares about that right now? Tatsumi needs help, don't you get it?
Before we began, I spoke about the stakes of the game. Your lives, remember?
Come on, this is starting to get ridiculous. Just find him some help.
I think you'll find that won't be necessary.
Huh? Tatsumi, you're all right. Thank God. I don't know what I would have done if you... You're all right, aren't you?
Yeah, kid, I'm fine. Let's just keep playing, okay?
What are you talking about? The game doesn't matter anymore. I forfeit.
Like you said before, your revenge isn't complete yet.
Well, no. But if it means putting you through this, then...
Don't wuss out on me now.
Uh,
Don't you get it, Shimada? You have to finish this guy, or else he'll just do it again.
I know that. But I can't keep torturing you.
Think about the bastard, about squeezing the life out of him.
I don't know.
Do you understand what I'm telling you? You do, don't you, kid? All right, then. Let's do this. Okay, ready? I'm counting on you here. You're not gonna let me down, are you, kid?
Huh?
You're just like me. You want the same thing I do. I respect you for that.
Okay.
Hit the damn puck.
I'm not sure.
You're not gonna let the people who attacked your sister get off like that, are you?
Why don't you get it? The problem is I don't want to hurt you in order to take my revenge.
Nothing comes free in this world. To get what you want, you gotta make sacrifices.
Huh?
If you're not even willing to cause me a little pain, how do you think you're gonna get your revenge? You probably just lucked out with the first one. Let's get on with it. I don't mind being your sacrifice, not if it gets you the vengeance you deserve. Now come on and settle the score for your sister. this mean?
The game is complete. Mr. Shimada wins 6-4. Our congratulations to you.
That's it. Shimada. So, you're Sai Shimada's older brother.
Huh? Hold on, you know my sister? Hey, what are you doing?
So tell me, is this it? Is this knife the weapon I was killed with?
Yes, it is.
What?
Allow me to explain. Following their deaths, people are sent to either heaven or to hell. You see, this is the Tribunal of the Soul.
Tribunal of the Soul? That's quite a name.
Yes, and I'm the designated arbiter. I am terribly sorry for the necessary deception.
So we're here to be judged.
Yeah, very funny. So is the joke over now? You are joking, right?
Interesting. You still cannot remember?
See, Shimada, you've forgotten something pretty important. I'm guessing you don't remember doing this, huh? It coming back yet? You stabbed me.
One down, one to go. It's over, Si. I did it. I got them both.
I gotta say, I wish you'd at least have used a different knife to do it. The worst part about all this is knowing that that bastard's blood got inside my body. That bothers me a lot more than getting killed does.
I still don't get it. What were you doing? I mean, you're a detective.
When you get down to it, I'm a lot like you. What was your term? An arbiter, was it? I like that. I pay attention to people who seem like scum, and I figure out what they're up to. Your sister's attacker, he was one of the scumbags. That's why I had been keeping an eye on him.
You mean you were there the whole time? You just watched it happen?
Yeah. Of course, I had to watch.
Just hold still, bitch! Don't move!
There was a man, he just watched. I think they were friends.
But why? Why the hell did you stop him, you bastard? How could you stand there and do nothing? Why did you even try to help my sister? You could have saved her, couldn't you?
But if I had stopped him, I couldn't have killed him.
Couldn't have killed him? What?
Call it meting out punishment. No. Passing judgment, that's better. You can't judge a criminal unless there's a victim, can you?
God, just stop it.
Then, you needed a victim, and that's what my sister was.
See? You're starting to get it.
What the hell is wrong with you? Please make it stop!
I know it isn't easy, but I thought you got it.
Are you kidding me? You could have saved my sister!
I had to see it through to the end to get the whole story. How else was I supposed to accurately judge the guy? For all I knew, he was actually a killer.
That's your argument? What kind of a monster?
Back the hell off! If I'd have stopped him that time, you would have done it again anyway. You don't have any idea how many other women the sick freak was already stalking. Sure, I could have saved your sister, but what then, huh? It would just mean that another girl would have been assaulted. At least your sister's still alive, right? And you finished taking your revenge, too. I mean, let's not forget, you did kill me. Don't get greedy. That should be revenge enough for anyone.
You will pay for this.
How would you like to exact that payment?
Isn't that enough?
I can't pass judgment. I need more information.
I want to kill him.
Very well. That can be arranged.
Come back here! Stop! What are you planning?
Words alone will not suffice in this case. I must observe actions as well. I have to see it through to the end to judge accurately.
Don't do this.
So killing me once wasn't enough for you, huh?
That will, of course, be impossible. The deceased cannot be killed a second time. However, one can still inflict excruciating pain upon them.
That's unfortunate.
No, stop! Don't do it. How can you call this judgment? Don't you see that you're just doing the same thing as him?
How so?
Everyone has to live with the sins they've committed. Everyone bears some hatred. You just inflame it. How's that accurate judgment? I just wish I could understand why you're doing this.
Because it's my job. I must draw out the darkness that lurks in his soul.
What do you know about darkness? You've never been part of the living world. You've never lost anyone. You know nothing about grief.
Actually, I believe I do understand.
And it's not just grief either. There are as many emotions as there are people. The fragility of someone who lets their anger rule them. The strength of someone who can overcome fear in the name of love. Be honest. Those aren't things you can ever hope to comprehend. So tell me then, how can you pass judgment on them?
But I am...
I mean, really, what is it you do? Bring out the worst in people, then sit back saying, yes, indeed, an impassive observer?
No, that isn't what I do.
Once in a while, you send them off with a hug, and then you pretend like you care. You're just putting on an act. This whole thing, it's just a screwed up mess. Whatever you want to call it, this isn't judgment!
People can't be characterized. You can't fit us into neat little boxes. Anybody can turn brutal given the right circumstances. It's a fine line when you think about it, and one that was easier for me to cross than it would have been for others. I changed after I got revenge on the filthy bastard who killed my wife. Turns out sorrow and anger could only last for so long. I became shockingly dispassionate. I heard my wife's voice thanking me for what I did. So I decided that my new job would be exacting vengeance for helpless victims. My wife was the sacrifice that made that possible. I have to say, being a detective made the whole thing a lot easier. I had no shortage of filthy criminal bastards to choose from.
How could you—
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Wait, don't!
Just do it, kid. Like I've said, sometimes sacrifices have to be made. That's the way it is. A hard lesson to learn, but I'm trying to teach you.
Shut up! That's enough!
Please calm down. You are being judged here, but heaven and hell are a lie. The truth is, there's reincarnation or the void. If you're reincarnated, you may be able to see your sister again in some other form. That man is watching what you do. He's the one who ultimately decides what happens.
Is she telling the truth? Is this part of the judgment?
Please control your anger. Don't you want to be with your sister again? If you're cast into the void, that won't even be a possibility.
Please, that's just wishful thinking. If you can't protect somebody, then hey, all you can do is kill the other guy. The world's a cruel, screwed-up place, and we have to accept it. You can't change that. Nobody can. The only thing you can do is fight back!
I'm not gonna make it if I was strong enough. Can't see the way to go. I feel so alone. My body's on the ground. I can't forgive this anymore. You see, Sai? I'm gonna do it right this time. I'm gonna protect you.
You don't get it. People aren't as complex as you seem to think they are. They're really pretty simple. They get sad and angry over simple things. Can you understand that? People are simple creatures. The littlest things send them spinning, and they live never knowing when they're going to fall. That's what being human is!
Episode 10. Story.
Where am I? Who am I?
For the moment, you don't have a name, but I can tell you that you are an arbiter.
What do you mean by arbiter?
An arbiter is someone who judges people's souls and sends them either for reincarnation or into the void.
I'm to act as a judge, assessing souls? The souls of humans? An arbiter of souls.
Number 1. Arbiters cannot stop making judgments, for this task is more than their job. It is the entire reason for their existence. Number 2. Arbiters cannot experience death, for that would taint their judgments. It would make them too close to being human. Number 3. Arbiters cannot feel emotions, for doing so is not in their natures. It is impossible for a dummy to have feelings. Out with it. What are you doing here?
Whatever you want to call it, this isn't judgment!
I have come to believe that the way in which we arrive at our judgments is fundamentally flawed.
Is it? How so?
The method that we employ, using extreme conditions in order to reveal the darkness within the soul. What if we are creating that darkness rather than just uncovering it? I'm sorry, ma'am, but I have true respect for people who have lived a fulfilling life, so I cannot judge them.
I see. So, what are we to do about her? Deckham, her term is coming to an end.
The time has passed quickly.
Do you think you can judge her now? Perhaps it would be easier for you if I did it.
No, ma'am, but thank you.
Very well. Then you judge her and make the decision. Will she be reincarnated, or will she be cast out into the void?
However, creating the right conditions...
What all do you know about her? Is it insufficient? If I'm correct, most of her memories were erased.
They were.
Shall I have Quinn send along her compilation for you?
No, I should be all right.
Given your new doubts, will you judge her without seeing the darkness within her soul?
In all honesty, I don't think her true nature...
You really think you know her true nature? Even if you did, you might not be able to understand it. Go back to your post now. I'm going to send you a special guest. Whatever you do, judge her. You are still an arbiter, are you not?
Pardon me. A guest will be arriving shortly.
Could you handle it?
I can tell that you are out of sorts. You have become aware that you are human. There is something else you should know. Human souls cannot remain here. If they should exceed the period of judgment, they become dummies like those you've seen. The time has come. I cannot wait any longer to judge you.
Still judging. After all that's happened, nothing's changed.
I am an arbiter. What other choice do I have?
What will you do to judge me?
I do not yet know. I have refrained from accepting the memories of our next guest, nor do I have any idea which game is going to be selected.
Our next guest, you said? Somebody else is coming then.
Right this way, ma'am. Welcome to Quindecum. Please have a seat.
You're saying that I can't leave here unless I play this game of yours?
Correct. I'm terribly sorry.
I suppose I have nothing else to do. What about you?
Yeah, I've got plenty of time.
And when we're finished with that, you'll let us out of here?
Yes, I promise you I will.
Well, that settles that then. And what shall we be playing? Oh my.
What is it?
It's just... I think I've seen that somewhere before. But for the life of me, I can't seem to think of where it would have been. Is something the matter, dear?
No, it's nothing. I'm sorry.
Oh, it knows I'm here, I guess.
No, the card game.
Yes, I assumed as much. For giving old lady a joke, won't you?
I will be joining you for the game as well.
2 isn't enough for Old Maid, after all.
First, if you will please remove any pairs of cards from your hand and lay them down on the table. Whoever is holding the joker at the end of the game is the loser.
And these are just regular playing cards that we're using?
Yes. Although, you may find their design a bit different than normal.
Oh? Oh my. Isn't that something? Well, you wouldn't know it, as my drawings aren't very popular, but I work as an illustrator. This is one of my characters.
The designs on these cards are, in fact, relevant. They show scenes that relate to the players. By dealing them, I have distributed them about.
My goodness, these are really something, aren't they? Oh, hello, Grandpa. This makes me so happy.
Thank you very much for saying so.
Oh, no, young man. I should be thanking you. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Uemura Sachiko, and it's a pleasure meeting you.
My name is Deckham. I am the bartender here.
I'm sorry. I don't actually know what my name is.
Oh?
Let's start, okay? I don't know my own name.
With that done, the game will now begin.
I haven't played cards in such a long time. I'm having so much fun.
Say what? What do you mean, the point of judging?
Well, what is the purpose of what we do? Why is it that we pass judgments?
What the hell are you talking about? Are you a freaking idiot, man? There isn't a point. We're here to judge, so we judge. That's all. Fini. The end. You get it now?
But is that a good enough reason, though?
It's not good and it's not bad. All there is the outcome of the judgments. Quit snoring! You sound like a cow! What's with you? You're acting like a human. Humans think dying's something that happens to someone else. So, at the moment of death, they start desperately looking for meaning. But there is no meaning to living. The fact of the matter is, they live in order to die. So stop thinking about the meaning of life, or of your judgments.
It's your turn.
I am terribly sorry. Things are moving right along.
They are.
Yeah? He's got doubts about judging now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all well and good. Different from implanting human emotions, though, right?
Yeah, well, at this point, I think all we can have Deckham do is draw on all of his judgments.
So, why did you come here?
You have her memories from before they were condensed and compiled. Give me all of them.
Huh?
Oh, another pair for me. My, it's almost like magic, isn't it?
I'm sorry, is something the matter?
No, don't trouble yourself. Looks like my victory, eh?
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much, dear. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want the truth, all right? Be honest now. Is this the afterlife?
Yes.
I thought as much.
What are you doing?
It does not matter.
Huh?
To summarize, following death, people's souls arrive here. It is my job to pass judgment upon them. I am what's called an arbiter. When did you first realize this was the afterlife?
Only a moment ago. Do you see this boy here? His name is Miu, but this drawing of him doesn't actually exist. He was going to appear in my next feature, but I haven't drawn him yet. As a character, he exists only in my mind, but here he is, just as I imagined him. What a surprise. That's what tipped me off. This couldn't possibly be the world I've always known.
Sorry, but you don't seem very troubled.
I might feel different about the whole situation if I could remember dying. Oh, the joys of getting old.
No one who comes here remembers dying. It has nothing to do with your age. If you'd like to know how you passed, I could tell you.
That's okay.
Huh?
To be honest, I suspect I'm better off not knowing. Thank you for this, though. My time in this place has been like a wonderful dream.
Oh, really? Playing the game, you mean?
Yes, dear, that's right. My husband and I weren't able to start a family of our own, so the characters I created became like my children. I never imagined I would see them again like this. It's been a delightful surprise. My work wasn't always easy, but I'm glad I got the chance to come face to face with my illustrations. So you see, I'm happy I played that game of yours. It may be over now, but at least I know that I lived a full life.
That is a wonderful thing to hear.
A full life.
Shall we continue on with the game, then?
What are you gonna do with her memories anyway?
Just get them, okay?
It's not like I'm made of time here. Do you know how many people die every second?
Seems like there's a lot in here.
Actually, it's not that much. She died pretty early.
Don't concern yourself with Arbiter memory capacity this time around. I want you to recompile these. Here, for your trouble.
Oh my, I recognize those drawings. That one's Chavo, isn't it?
Chavo?
Yes, it's the name of a little girl character in the children's book Chavo.
By any chance, was that one of your works?
No, not mine. I've just read the book before, that's all.
Can you tell us what the story is about?
Well, let me see. It's about this little boy named Jimmy who falls in love with Chavo, but he can't tell her because she's unable to hear. So Jimmy wishes on a star. He asks that someday Chavo will know how he feels about her.
Intriguing.
Think about it. When you want to express your feelings to someone, how would you usually do it, eh?
Well,
Using words?
Exactly, my dear. That's what most people think, and I believe that's why the author wrote it so Chavo is deaf. We don't always realize it, but there are so many other ways of expressing our emotions besides using words. Here's an example. Take a look.
A smile?
Yes. A smile is universal. Wherever you're from, it means you're happy. Just like a frown shows everyone you're unhappy. It really is wondrous, isn't it? A language that everybody speaks.
Mama! Mama! Read me the book again?
You really like Chavo, don't you?
Yeah? That okay?
Well, of course. Mama likes Chavo, too.
Okay, good.
What part do you like most?
You
Her smile really is terrific, isn't it? You're right. That's my favorite part too, Chi.
I'm pretty sure my name is Chiyuki.
Oh? You remember your name now?
Yes, I don't know what could have changed, but I do.
And what a beautiful name it is, my dear.
It's sweet of you to say so. I remember Mom.
What is it? Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing.
In that case, I believe it's my turn. I'm out of cards, which means that this game is now officially over.
Are you coming too, Chiyuki?
Not yet. I'm going to stay a little longer.
Take care of yourself.
Thanks.
And you're quite sure that it's all right if I take these with me, young man?
Yes, you're welcome to them.
Thank you so much. I was thinking, you know how an old maid, the person who gets left with a joker in their hand, is the loser? I've always found that rule to be rather strange. Just look at most other card games. The joker's usually a trump card. Having it left at the end seems prudent to me.
Yes.
Well, my dears, it's been lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you for playing. Best of luck on your journey.
So, out with it. I want to know how it happened.
I suppose that we really can't do it this way, can we?
Here I am, Oculus, sir. I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
Clavis, there's my boy.
I'm happy to help, sir. What can I do for you?
Cruel-hearted Nona seems to be avoiding me for some reason. Tell me, you play billiards, don't you?
No, I'm sorry, sir, but I can't.
I'm only joking. Hang tight, this should only take a second. Isn't that just fascinating? An arbiter with human emotions. Sorry about that.
What?
We're all done here. You can go now.
Oh, all right, thank you. I'll get going then.
How utterly pointless.
You know, I don't believe people live just so that they can die someday. I think it's because they are alive that they must die at some point. I believe that there is a purpose to being alive. And there's a purpose to judgment as well. Judging is tricky, difficult to do right. It goes hand in hand with both life and death. By its very nature, it must be performed hand in hand with human beings. And because of that, it requires human emotions. Chiyuki, please.
Sorry?
If you don't mind, I need you to fill in the blanks for me.
What?
I'm not caught